Picking up where we left off. What were we talking about again? Hey Tawala, and welcome back to those who don't know me. My name is Lisiba Malete and you are watching First Cut Films, the Real Gorilla Filmmaking Forum. So this is part 2 on different film production departments and crew roles and responsibilities. In case you might be wondering what the hell am I talking about, you might want to watch part 1 of this video series because this is part 2. So I've left a link in the description section down below for you to go check it out. I thought best way to kickstart these videos to start off with those remaining film production departments. And those are the wardrobe department, post-production department, post-production for sound and music department, and catering and craft service department. So without wasting any of your precious time, let's get into it. Cool, now that you want to be the producer, it's about time you know you have to be involved throughout all the phases and the process of production and from development until completion of the project. So you have to make sure you overlook the project from beginning until end. You will initiate, supervise, coordinate and control matters such as hiring key crew, raising funds, drafting contracts and arranging meetings with broadcasters or distributors. Moving on to the director is responsible for overlooking the creative aspect of the film, controlling the flow of the narrative and not only directing performers, also select locations on which the film will be shot and manage small technical things like where the camera will be positioned and the use of lighting. Executive producers usually are the investors in the project or someone facilitating the funding of the project. Yes, you can have multiple investors, executives onto a project depending on the scale of it, and this can be a film production or a businessman, someone who's investing in the funding of making the project. All on board! Line producers usually are the first to come on board when the producer or executive puts the key crew together because they manage day-to-day physical aspects of the production like the budget and knowing the below and above the line costs, because you cannot go into production without knowing how much you will need to spend towards those. So they're responsible in also breaking down the script so you can know your above and below the line costs. Production managers supervise the physical aspect of the production, including crew, cast, and extras, and also the budget. They also work alongside the line producer while overlooking that the filming stays on schedule and within budget. Production coordinators are responsible for the logistics on a production, from booking talent, renting equipment, and hiring crew. Production secretary helps with the production admin, answering phone calls, book stationery, write POs, and stuff like that. Production accountants, they manage all the money coming in and going out. They're actually responsible for payroll, making sure the film stays within budget and that there's proof of every cent spent towards making the project. A post-production supervisor is responsible in maintaining clarity of information to the post-production team. You know, the editor, music, everyone in post-production, that all the information received from top, from the producer, director, and maintaining all the communication channels, making sure everything is communicated well and that everyone is clear and can get their job done the way the director wants. First assistant directors oversee day-to-day management of the cast and crew, scheduling the equipment and making sure that everyone is on schedule and that the train doesn't stop. Second and third assistant directors will help the first assistant director towards making his job easier. PA, aka production assistant or runner, they help with general things on set or in the production office. Hey, this call sheets need to be printed, this need to be picked up, couriered, and taken or delivered somewhere. The PA will then make sure that's done. The script supervisor, aka continuity, like the name says it for itself, they take notes on every shot, keep track of props, blocking, and other small details to ensure there's continuity from shot to shot and scene to scene. Script editors use their analytical skills to help script writers hit the right way in terms of writing the script. A stunt coordinator is there to choreograph and facilitate all the dangerous stunts that have to be performed by the actor or the stuntman, making sure they're done safely and no one is harmed. A location manager's duty is to find and secure the locations that will be used by the production, and they facilitate logistics like the permits and the costs involved towards making those places available for the production. The cinematographer, cameraman, aka DOP, Cameraman or cinematographer is the head of the camera and lighting department, and working in conjunction with the director, they make the decision on the framing and lighting compositions. And then you have the camera operator, someone who operates that camera under the direction of the DOP or the director in order to shoot the film. AC. First camera assistant, aka the focus puller, is responsible for making sure the camera is in focus during filming. Second assistant camera, aka the clapper loader, operates the clapper board, loading it at every beginning of every shot. Someone else under the DOP is the DIT, aka the digital imaging technician. He is responsible for the internal workings on the digital camera. And then comes the data wrangler, who will make sure that footage is stored safely on the computer or the hard drive. A Steadicam operator operates the Steadicam, making sure this doesn't happen during filming. For those consistently repeating camera moves for later special effects, you'll then have the motion controller, who will use a robot to make sure that's done nicely. The production sound mixer is the head of the sound department on set, and they're responsible for recording all sounds during filming. The boom operator is responsible for the movement and placing of the microphone during filming. The key grip is the chief grip on set, and not only that, but he's also head of set operations department. He works with the DOP to help set up the set to achieve good lighting and blocking. And we also have the best boy, who is chief assistant to the key grip, and he's also reliable for the truck and grips. Hey bro, how come whenever you shoot movies there's like a railway, I'm sure you've seen a set of tracks on a film set, or maybe you ask yourself, what is a railway doing where there's people with cameras? And then we have someone called the Dolly Grip, who is the dolly operator to support the camera on a dolly. So the head of the electrical department is called the Gaffer, or sometimes the chief electrical technician. He is the head of the department and is responsible in the whole setting up and execution of the whole lighting plan. And then we also have another best boy, but for a Gaffer. This is the assistant to the chief electrical technician. And then you would have your lighting technician, who is there to set up and control the lights. In the art department, that's where you'll find your PD, aka production designer, who's responsible for the whole physical visual look of the entire film, from props, costume, makeup. The art director oversees and manages the artists and the craftspeople. And then you have your set designer, who work on interior spaces called for by the production designer. This department also has an illustrator, who will put together visual presentations of the designs to communicate ideas imagined by the production designer. A props builder is someone who is skilled in construction, plastic casting and electronics. The greensman deals with the artistic landscape that we see in the film. Anything that's green, that's the greensman's responsibility. The makeup artists work with hair, makeup, prosthetics and special effects to create the character look for the film. Hairdressers are there for maintaining and styling anyone's hair that will be appearing on screen. Costume designers are responsible for all the costumes and clothes worn by the cast. Working closely with the costume designer is the costume supervisor, who supervises in the creation or sourcing of the garment. And to finish off the job, we have the art finisher, who will make new clothes look faded, worn and dirty. The cutter is someone who fits or tailor the costumes on set. Post-production offline editors take the footage and put it together according to the script while working closely with the director. The assistants organize and put together all the elements needed to edit. Online editors work as soon as offline editors are done with the editing, and their duties is to add in the special effects, titles, color correction, and also make sure the film meets the technical delivery specifications. In achieving greater color consistency, the colorist will then come on board to adjust the colors so we can achieve greater color consistency. Visual effects supervisors are responsible in supervising the whole visual effects department. And then you'd have a compositor, not a composer. I made a mistake by saying composer the other time. He's a compositor. And they're responsible for compositing images from different sources such as film, video, computer generated 3D imagery or 2D animations. The paint artist creates mattes for use in compositing. They may also be hired in removing information from a scene such as logos, scratch or wires. And then we have post-production for sound and music. In charge of the post-production sound department on a film production is the sound designer. Then follows the dialogue editor, who's responsible for editing all the dialogue in a soundtrack. Sound editors are responsible for editing all the sound effects in the soundtrack. The re-recording mixer will then mix all the sounds prepared by the dialogue, music and effects editors. The composer's responsibility is writing the music score for the film. Just a reminder, this is their responsibilities in a nutshell. If you want to know more, you can ask me any question in the comment section down below. Even contact me on Facebook or Twitter, or even say what's up. Please share and like the Facebook and Twitter page, subscribe to this channel and like these videos and spread the word, and thank you for watching. Please subscribe.